journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Oh, just a minute. Boys and girls, stay with me, please. I'm having a little technical difficulty with the charts today, so just give me 1 second and I will get it back up here. Hopefully, and hopefully therein is the screen that I want to look at. Hopefully this is what we're looking at. Okay, folks, this is what my premise was on, that we had this relationship. We took out the low. There's where the NASDAQ came down and made a new low, and now it should have rallied back to the 382 of this high right here on the third day. Well, we're in the third day right now, and we're still going up. Let's just look at some of these that we're watching here. So hold on 1 second. I want to get them up here. We'll do them one at a time. That's the gold. We'll get that out of the way because that one's not working too well. Well, it's made a pattern but don't mean much. Okay, let's look at the Russell here first. As you can see here, Russell is having a nice rally. We're already above the, we're almost at the 50%. I mean, it's still not bullish, but you can see it's having one heck of a good rally right in here. The E-mini has already gone above the 61% retracement. You see we're right up at this level right here. And who knows, we're going to go higher with our president getting ready to speak here pretty quickly. And the next one that we want to look at here is the YM, and it is off to the races, as you can also see, and it is beyond the 1.618. So let's just move this on the daily chart, and you'll be able to see it where it really sets. And you'll see here we are on the YM on the daily. Okay, so this is where you can see what we're expecting the market to rally back. See, back in the day, the rally was a 382 rally and came back, but you see that was a 382 on the Dow Jones. But what we're looking at is the NASDAQ, because they didn't have the Dow Jones back in the NASDAQ back in those days. So that's probably the fault of what I looked at. It was pretty good for a while, but you know, it's not working. So by golly, you just got to look at something else. That's the only thing I can tell you. It's a lot of emotionalism here, folks. That's all I can tell you for sure. But you know, and there's nothing for sure in this business that we're watching for sure. Let's look here at the NASDAQ, because this is the one that did what we wanted it to do. You see, we expected it to break down, okay, and make a lower low, and then what it did was it would make a 382 retracement of that previous high. Now you can see we are already above the 382 by quite a bit. We're almost at the 61% retracement. Well, that was the trigger, and then after 3 days, 1, 2, 3, the market turns lower and then starts to go down. So as it sets right now, it doesn't look too swift. But folks, we have some good news too. We had some nice trades today working for our folks here at TFNN and all of our followers. We had an absolutely bonsai. Oh, where did it go here? Come on now. Well, shucks, I know what I'll do. I'll bring it up on the old thing right here, because this is the one I sent out real early this morning to look to buy the crude natural gas right here. We had a nice run up here, ran up about 15 points, which is really nice. And we had a nice little profit on that. And then also one of the things that we talked about yesterday and also again today is the euro. And I wanted to bring that up. It keeps my mind off the stock market. Okay, hold on just a minute. Let's get out of the way here. And we'll get moving here just a minute. Whoa, my goodness, this thing is running like a holy moly. Here is the euro. This is one that we had this morning. We were saying to watch for a dynamite triangle here, because we were sitting right at the 61% retracement yesterday and today. And I said, if it breaks out of that triangle, it's going to make an ABCD. And as you can see, that's been one heck of a move. So those are the ones that we're watching as we look at some of these here today. So that's what we're paying attention to, and we're going to find out what happens with some of these other things as we go through looking at a few others. Now also, the crude oil has been, acting extremely bullish, not being able to make hardly any 382 retracements. And as we were looking at it here today, you'll see we did almost exactly the same thing we've been doing all along here. Market comes up, pulls back. Where does it stop? Just a tad below there, and it's already ran a buck. So those things are working pretty good. Unfortunately, the stock thing isn't working too good, but we'll see what happens someday. Well, look at the S&P now, 57.34. Are you kidding me? My goodness. Everybody has to love it. All right, let's move on here and get out of the way of everyone. And I think that'll be all we have to look at here from that level right here. Okay. All right, let me move this out of the way so I can move this tile vertical right here. All right, there's where we are right now. Get those patterns. I'm trying to cover everything at once, and it's impossible to do that. But that's what we're looking. Oh, here was one that. Wow, we're almost at the 618 on the Russell, folks. That's a tremendous move here from back there to there. Look at that. We're almost up there. It's a buying panic, folks, is what it is. And what it is what it shall be, and what it shall be is what it's going to be. But that's the way it goes. Holy moly, guacamole. I don't know what that noise was, but we'll work on it as we get through these other things that we're watching here. Okay, I think those are the main things that I'm paying attention to here this morning. And let me double check here what else I have to look at. But this is certainly a big buying panic. And I hope the folks are not disappointed when the old news comes out today, because if it does, then that would be really, really unbelievable. So that's neither here nor there. So, okay, there's what we're looking at right now, and we will move on and get out of the way here to see what else I want to cover. Oh, I wanted to check the soybeans, because we were trying to sell soybeans today, and we missed it because they backed off too much, and they were just didn't quite get up to where I thought they were going to get up to, but they're trying again. So let's just take a look at this pattern, because I still think it's a beauty, and we backed off a little bit this morning here. This is all we did. But what we're looking for on the daily here on the soybeans, it looks really nice. Look at this. Is a beautiful Gartley pattern right here with your ABCD pattern right here. You don't have the impetus that you have in stocks, but you're getting close to it. So that's one that you want to be watching. Okay. So that's all you can do, is to keep an eye on that. All right. So I hope that helps. And I think we've got a break coming up here. And in about 50 seconds, but boy, I'll have to take a look at some of these stocks, because I imagine they're making all-time new highs. Let's take a look at our number one stock that we always watch, was Mr. Appel, who's down by the well, APPL, okay. All right, and there it is right here. And it's strong today, too. Look at it really rocking and rolling up here against the 382 retracement, folks. Folks, I don't care what they do with these things. This is not a bullish market, but they're making it bullish today. And they're making it very bullish today, so nothing else you can do about that. All right, we'll move that out of the way here, and then we'll take a look. I think that'll probably be all I can get in for that, and I am correct. We'll be right back after a few messages, and stay with us, please.
This year has already been a wild ride for the market. We started off heavily in the red, traversed back to all-time highs, and we now have a trade war looming. Trying to play this chop as an individual trader leads to death by 1,000 cuts. Where does this market go next? Should I add to this position or cut my losses? Where is the next opportunity? Tariffs? Trade wars? Analysis paralysis. Don't become a victim of this intense market. Instead, join Larry Pesavento for the second and fourth Friday of every month for 3 hours of live trading. Larry has been through many markets just like this one, and the insight he provides is invaluable. The dates for this month are April 11th and 25th, 9 a.m. to noon Eastern Time. Get in here and let's start trading. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Okay, folks, we're back. Let's take a quick look here at our mini chart on the gold that we were watching. As you can see, it's backed off about $10. This made a higher high, folks, than it did the other day by 10 cents. And now you can see it's backed off a little bit here, but $10 in gold, I mean, that's nothing, okay? All right, let's move on here to a few other things that we need to talk about. And I wanted to show you the Dow Jones over here, folks, because we just took out the high of the previous day, as you can see. And what we've done now is we've come back, and I believe we hit an exact 786. Nope, we haven't hit it yet, but it'll be there very, very, very shortly in here. To me, folks, this is a short covering rally. It's very emotional. I see it on the TV here, and people were talking about the tariffs are going to be nothing and all that stuff. Well, that's a possibility, but you can't go on possibility. You got to go on what the charts say, and the chart said this darn thing wanted to go up. And so, by golly, it went up. So try to follow what your heart says and what the chart says, because the news behind it doesn't really mean a whole lot, boys and girls. All right, let's take a look here at one of the ones we watch quite often is with Treasury bonds. And we came very, very close to the QP buy today, folks. We came with just in a tick or two of the exact high. And as you can see, it started to back off quite a bit. You can see the ABCD pattern that actually goes quite a bit higher there. Actually, not that much higher, about another 10 pips up in that area. I thought we were going to get there. We were real close. We were only about 8 or 10 pips away, but then we didn't do it. And so now this is a 3 drive, of course, but it should have extended up here. But to see it drop 1.5 points like this, folks, with the stock market going bonkers to the upside, that in itself was very strange. Now, we remember this was the daily. Just look at the daily. Weekly. There was the weekly pattern we were looking at. It was the daily. Just a minute, Larry. Doggone it. Try to do the right thing. Yeah, there it is right there. Okay, there was the daily ABCD right there. 15. We rallied up to here. Now we're backing off. Now, all I want to do now is I want to check and see, or I can see just by eyeballing it that we're already below the 382, which is a negative sign, and I might be wrong. So often wrong, but never in doubt. And exactly wrong, I'm wrong, because there it is right there. There's your 382 on the day sitting right there where it is right now. If it's any good, it's not going to go any lower than that. That's my 2 cents worth, and I'm sticking to it. All right, we have to look at a few stocks in here, folks. fact is, we have to look at more than a few because I've got a lot of requests coming in on that. Let's get up here and take a look at it. See, two people asked me, do you feel bad about being wrong? Folks, if I felt bad, however wrong I was, I'll feel bad all the time. No, I don't feel bad at all. I just move on to the next trade. That's all I do. It's all I know how to do, and I've been doing it for a long time, and that's pretty much it. Let's take a look here at the British pound. It's still smoking. They're getting ready to do something big over here. That's a 60-minute chart, so you can see where we are here. Let's look at the daily. You'll be able to see we're back up to that 30 buck level, which has been a lot of trouble before up there in that 31 area. Now we've been here. Look how long we've been here, folks. This is a huge number here. Look at this. Look how long we stayed right there. I mean, that is really getting ready to do something pretty dramatic, in my opinion, just like it did here. See, we stayed here. Let's just double check this for kicks and giggles. Let's move this over here, and we'll just measure that time frame that was in this consolidation. It was that long. Now let's just move it over and see. Well, there it is right there. It's doing the same thing, same consolidation. And here it looks like it's ready to take off, folks. And if we look at this on the weekly, I think you'd be staring at the old 786 way up here. Remember, we sold that puppy and rode that all the way down. And now look back, we're almost up there now. And that's really close to getting to it. Look, my goodness, it's just straight up here on the weekly. And, you know, this was the consolidation. There's the consolidation. There's where she's going, 131.47. So we'll see. Maybe these, what we call tariffs, will not actually happen, and that'll make the economy and everybody really, really happy. And that's what's important to everybody else, is to make sure that everybody's really, really happy. Okay? That's what you want to be watching, is when you're doing these charts. Now let's take a look at a couple other stocks, because we've had questions about it. Here's our favorite, Goldman Sachs, the one who always has your back. There it is right there. Now, they are the ones that told us that gold was going to 3,300 for the year. And, well, since it's going up about 1% a day, I think it could make it in a year. But right now, it's at 31.70 or something like that. Now, here's our rally that we've got going here. Now, this is a 60-minute now, folks. When you get a stock that is this price, 65. See, you see how much it's up today? That's why you get these moves in the Dow Jones and stuff like that. And this is, like I mentioned, this to me is nothing more than a short covering rally. You draw it in, and you'll see that that's pretty much what you're looking at, sitting right there. And it could go higher, but that's the one that we're watching. Okay, the next one we're going to pay attention over here is to, hold on one second. And that is right here. We want to look at, where is that doggone JP Morgan? JP Morgan right there. Here it is. He's always got, well, let's see, that's not hardly moving at all. It's not done anything. It's just going up a little bit, not very much. Some of these stocks have been hit so bad, folks, it's going to be really hard for them to come back from some of the things they're in, like Federal Express and UPS. Take a look at this. If our economy is really good, let's just for kicks and giggles, just look at this under EF. Okay, here's Federal Express. They're the number 2 shipper. Well, Amazon's, I guess, number 1. Number 1 is UPS, and number 2 is Federal Express. Now look at Federal Express. Had a huge, terrible thing just a few days ago. It was so bad that somebody had to start buying it, and they did. But there was a beautiful ABCD there right on the old bottom. If you wanted to measure it, we'll just do it one at a time, because I can see it in the head. Oh, gosh, darn it, Larry. Oh, there it is right here. Here's what we're watching. There, wow, look at this. There's your 1.618 expansion right on the bottom. Shut the front door and raise the rent. No wonder they were buying that thing. And then you had another one coming in right there. Yeah, that's why they bought it. Now it's rallying back. But, you know, they said business was really bad. I don't know. But if you look at UPS is really in trouble. Well, I haven't looked at it in a long time, but I will look at it again. Let's see. PS is right there. We'll get that up here. Yeah, you can see UPS is, and they're the largest shipper, folks. the largest shippers doing this, where's all the people buying? That's what I understand. But folks, I'm a technician. I shouldn't even talk about stuff like that, but I hear it on the news, and so I pass it on to you because sometimes I don't have anything to say, especially when I'm sitting here with cotton in my mouth. Folks, I lost a tiny bit of, well, actually I didn't, because I had the euro and I had the thing. I lost a little bit in the stock indices earlier. I mean, after that thing took off early this morning and came off of that 786, boom, I said, no. I said, I don't know what they're going to do, but they're going to do it without me. So, all right, let's get this out of the way here, and we'll take a quick look at it. I have something to say, too, when we come back. I want to, on a trade management situation, so hold on, please.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, folks, this is the E-mini S&P on the hourly chart, and you can see the 61% retracement comes in at 57.20. Okay, now the high has been 57. 39. That's 19 points. Well, look, when you've got a market that's moving 120 points, you can't use a 10-point stop. I mean, it doesn't make it. You really can't. So what I'm going to do now is just to redraw this pattern here, the 3 drive pattern, and also include these other patterns. So you can see you got drive 1 here, drive 2 here, and drive 3 there. So all I'm going to be watching is to watch this. I'm not telling you whether you do it right or wrong. All I'm telling you is it's almost impossible to do this. Now you can see here, this was a very big move. You can see it completes the A, B, C, D of this swing 2 also that was fit in there. You'll see there's your A, B leg right there. There's your C, D leg right there. That one comes in right on the high, you see, at 39. Now here's where we are now. So all I'm pointing out is it's really, really super hard to trade these darn things like this when you're for a 10-point stop. It's just impossible. Well, stop and think. You're up 120 points and you're going to do it for 10 points? Give me a break. Can't do it. It's worth a shot sometimes, but you can't do it. So then, well, you can do anything you want. I'm just saying it's pretty tough to not do this. Okay. All right, that's what I wanted to cover. Now let's look at Amazon. I've had several questions about some of these stocks that we want to look at here. Amazon is one, and then also Eli Lilly. Let me get that. Amazon's been actually it's up pretty good today. See, it's had a nice pullback, 618, and now it's having a pretty good rally, just like everything else. This one doesn't look as bearish as some of the others, folks, but it's still a little bearish. All right, we'll get this out of the way here. Then we want to look at Tesla. We certainly don't want to forget. I understand Mr. Musk is quitting his job at Dodgy. I guess he couldn't take the pressure. I mean, it was getting more death threats than the president, for heaven's sakes. That's not a good deal, is it? Hold on one second here. Here's where we are. Tesla, we got this up here. And there's where we are. Well, it's up big today. Big outside day to the upside. Started lower and going higher. So there's our beginning to low. There's the high. So it's still in the bear market, but it's starting to bounce back pretty good along with everything else. All right. Now let's move over here and get back to the next one we want to watch, which is United Healthcare, one of the big stocks in the Dow. Used to sell for 600 handles. It's been quite a bit less than that now. As you can see here, it just completed a big ABCD to the downside, and it's been rallying back from its high that was made way back in November, right at the election night, or that week. And then you can see we've just been hanging out near the 382 to 50% recently, so not too much happening in there. So, okay, let's move on. Someone asked me if I was bullish. No. Folks, I'm wrong, but I'm not bullish, okay? That's a big difference. No, they're not going to get me to buy that stuff. Not on a day like today. And the day's not over, as they say in the trade. As a matter of fact, I haven't looked at this lately. Let's see if that, get this out of the way, get the ES out of the way. Let's see how that little mini chart we were looking at in the gold market, see if it's still moving in the direction we thought it might go to. Where it happened to it. Shut the front. There it is. No, that's Goldman Sachs. Well, it must have disappeared because I can't find a darn thing. The only thing I can do is cascade, so bear with me here, folks, and I'll see if I can find it in this group of things, and there it is right there. There's the old E-mini 1 minute. No, that's the S&P. There it is right here. There it is right there. And as you can see, it's coming down now. It is down. Oh, my goodness, it's down. Oh, my goodness. Are you kidding me, folks? It's down $17. Shut the front door and raise your rent. Sometimes these things work. Well, this one happened to be one that just barely worked. But it is, as you can see, it is moving in the right direction. So, but I believe that this gold market is making a major top. People say that you can equate problems in the market with gold. Folks, trust me, I don't think anybody's, well, there's a lot of people who trade more gold than me, but not over a long period of time like I have. This is what I'm looking at right here. This is going back 25 years. And I was trading it back in the 70s. Rate of change means it's going up at the same rate each time. Look at these. These are they're going at the same rate. Now, This measured to 31.57. We had a high on Monday of 31.77, and we had another high today by 10 cents more, and so that's what I'm watching here. This looks very interesting from this level, and that's all I'm really doing. So that's pretty much it. But boy, we're having volatility today in spades. I can certainly tell you that. It's a wild, wild mother out there, for sure, for sure, for sure. All right, let's move on here. And we've got a couple other questions that people wanted to ask about the wheat market. So we'll get up here. I know a tiny bit about the wheat market. Hold on. And I'm talking about tiny. All I know is, folks, I did a lot of research on that stuff, comparing it from 1929, and it still looked really good until today. And the day ain't over. But anyway, that's what we're watching. Hold on one second here. There's the wheat right here. Want to be a buyer of this if we get down there one more time, and we're not getting there today, but here's where we want to be getting to. There's the May wheat, and I'd like to get it down here one more time, but right now it's 60 cents away, so it's probably not going to make it. All we're doing now in the wheat is just making a little 382 retracement off of this high right here. I think that's what it was today. Just about, a little bit above it. Yeah, there it is right there. I saw the beeper go off. And this is a 3-day rally into a 382. If you look at this on the 60-minute, you're going to see probably a really good ABCD. Well, it's not there yet, but it's getting closer. See, that's the number we want to see it get to, but it hasn't got there yet. So there's the drives as we're going. Pull back one more time and then one more move up. What we need to do is we need to check to see if this one is also 382, and it certainly is. I can just eyeball and tell you that one was. There it is, right there. So today's low was right on the 382 retracement and acting pretty nicely. Okay, so that's another one that we're looking at. Okay, let's get out of the way here and see what else we have to offer. Oh, we had a question about the soybean meal and soybean oil, so bear with me here. We're looking to be buyers of these things, folks, because we're getting into the grain season, and this is where you want to be looking to buy this stuff. We'll start out with the soybean oil. It's been affected by a big drought over in someplace over in Middle East somewhere. They don't have any oil. Anyway, look at this. It's just taken off and just absolutely went nuts. It's going from 41 to 48, 7 times 6. That's a $5,000 move, folks. And that means that it's probably going here, because that would give you the old AB equal CD. And there it is right there. Okay. So there's what we're paying attention to. So I certainly hope that helps. Let's take a little break here and see what the old cowboy can dig up.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Hey folks, we were talking about wheat here, and as you can see here, we did make a 382 retracement here, highly suggestive that we're going to go higher, but we got to get above this level without too much trouble. We will get a chance to buy it, but I think that the thing that we're watching to buy the quickest and the easiest is the soybean meal, because that's feed, tofu, all that kind of stuff. We're going to look at the get this daily up here. I'm sure there it is. We're getting close, and boy, we are getting close. Hold on just a second. Now, hard to believe, got soybean oil going through the roof, right? And meal going the other way. How can that be when this is 80% of the soybean? Well, it's demand, folks. Soybean oil is used for energy, paint, margarine, a lot of different things. So here's what we're watching here. We're going to be watching for July meal to get just a little bit lower down in here, folks. This is the absolute perfect time to be wanting to buy it, because that's when you usually see they're planting the stuff now. So if you go back and look, okay, let's get back in July. Well, you can't see it here, but you see there's where you want to be buying it, because that's when it starts to do its rallying bit right in here. This thing doesn't shut up. Here we go. There it is. You can see last April. Look at that nice rally that we had. It's a very strong seasonal coming in here. Plus, we've got a lot of things lining up. So let's just look at them together, okay? Now, remember, the one on the natural gas worked really good today. This one may not. But you start out, you have the 135 pattern right up in here, okay? Then the market breaks really hard and then gives its last chance rally. And you'll never guess in a million years where it goes. I think I've got to take this one. And there it is, right there on the money, 3-day rally, right at, guess what, 382. Uh-oh, my power saver is on. Gonna have to make a little adjustment here, folks. Ooh, dear. Where is that thing? Well, it's gonna make last 15 minutes. Oh, it says I got some time. Okay, now if that's the case, there we are. It's very simple, okay? This is the case. There's their A, B, C, D right there. There's your A, B. I'm going to just start it right there. C, D, okay, 1.618. Bada bing, bada boom, right? Okay, come over and take a look at the old, guess what? 1.27. Bada bing, bada boom. Christmas Day is here at last. Christmas Day is here at last. Let's just take a look at this one right here, and you'll see there's where you want to be buying it, folks. 287, 288, 1.68, 127, A, B, C, D. It don't get any easier than that. Or, in the case like we have going in stocks, it don't get any harder than that. So, anyway, hey, folks, I had you guys short for 9 weeks, so don't feel sorry for me and don't feel sorry for yourself. I didn't say to go short yet. I said go short after it started to go down and breaks that low. It hasn't done that yet. If it does that, and I don't think it'll do it today, but if it does it, then it's still in play. That's all it is. We're in a real bear market. This thing's going to last 3 to 5 years, maybe longer. This trouble is nobody's seen one like this before, and so it's been 92 years, for God's sake. They don't expect it to be, that crazy. Who knows? All right. Okay, we're going to look at one other one on the commodity side, and that is our good friend live cattle, because cattle have never cost this much. And housewives years ago, back in the 70s, they used to come out and they would pick it when prices were $100. Now they're $207, and you don't hear a word from them. Here's where we are this is the, I believe, August cattle, if I'm not mistaken, not June. This is June cattle as we speak today. Now, this is where we've made a new high here now, folks. You see this right in here? We just cleaned that new high out as of today, April the 2nd, and they're still trading right up in this area right here. Now, there could be a move here, but look, we got a high here, we got a high here, and a high here. That's going to be, let's clean it out so we can see it real easy, because that'll be there's your, get this out of the way, get that cleaned up too, so you'll be able to see that this is a 3 drive. There's drive 1, there's drive 2, and there's drive 3. We're going to put them in so you'll be able to see them, I hope anyway. Drive 1, drive 2, and drive 3 should be right about a couple points higher. See, it doesn't want to draw it too much. See, all I want to do is make sure it should be around between 209 and 210 is what it should be with that 3 drive right. Oh, here it is right here. Shut the front door. I can see it right there in front of me if I just take a gander at it. There's your AB leg right here. There's your CD leg right there, and there it is right there. Yeah, there it is, 209. A couple cents higher, you want to take a look at being short some cows, folks. Looks pretty good from my perspective, so we'll see if that makes it work. All right, 2 more stocks, and then we'll be wrapping it up here pretty quick for the old folks here on the. We've covered the euro. We got to cover the Japanese yen because that's a biggie. And there we go. Get that up there. Come on now. Move it over here. Still acting okay. Hold on. Just get it up here. There it is. It's still, there's been in a downtrend. There's your 135 pattern. We backed off. Now we're trying to go back. But look, it's really struggling. Just very, very light rallies in here. So it's still bearish. That's all I can tell you. So, in fact, if we look at this on an hourly, you're probably setting right at a 3. Oh, no, there it is. This is the one I was looking at for a couple days ago. There it is right there, 115.25. We're almost there right now. So there's that number that we're watching. We'll put this one in with it so you'll be able to see the whole thing, how the all patterns line up together. And there it is, and there it is, and there it is, right about there. That should have some strong trouble in here, folks, because that is going to be a 4-day rally, I believe. Let's just double check. Yep, it is. 4-day rally right into this one. So that'll be an interesting one to take a look at. And then finally, we have to take a look at why, I don't know, but Wells Fargo Bank. The worst run bank in the world. Hold on 1 second, folks. How do I know that? I've been with them for 40 years. Okay, here's where we are. Had a big move here. This was in the election. They had to heck that big ABCD. This was the election, folks. Can you believe that? Everybody that bought that stuff now is underwater. Okay, now here's where we are. It's a 3-day rally, okay? And that's all it is a 3-day rally, and it's a bearish rally. And look at this on an hourly. You'll see how clear it is, because there it is right there, and you're going to be pretty close to 382. There it is right there, AB equals CD, right there. And this is about it for Wells Fargo, folks. So there's another one's having a rally today, but like everything else, it can change in a heartbeat, as they say. Let's see how we're doing with the old time on the wall here. By the way, I've got an announcement. Bill Cerubi, Cycles Research, Vienna, Austria, is going to be our guest for the whole show on Friday, because he's got some really great stuff to go through. And with all this volatility we're having, I think it's important that we see what happens. But we're going to have a very interesting move today. And so let's take a break, and we'll be right back, and we'll see how the old
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, one of my 3 followers brought something to my attention here. Is on this ABCD that I drew here. I drew it as equal, but with this move coming out of point C, we know that's always going to be 1.27. So the first thing I should have done, but I was on the show and I didn't get a chance to do that. I'll do it now. I'll make that swing 127, and let's see how it all lines up. Okay. And there is 31. So look at the numbers we have. We got the big ABCD right here, measures 57.36. We got the 618, 57.20, and we got this one at 57.31. The high has been 57.39. We're now 30 handles below that. The Dow Jones is already 300 points lower than its, where was that puppy at? Right here. Let's get this up on a smaller time scale so you can see the volatility that we're seeing. There it is right there, and move that out of the way. Boy, this is rocking and rolling today, folks. Look at this, 900 point swing in a Dow Jones today, and it's not over in the clover, as they say on the bright side of the hill. Folks, I would like for you to spend a few moments in prayer because I had another dear friend pass away. At my age, they go quickly. Anyway, what I'd like for you to do is say a nice prayer for Beverly Horowitz, Ed's widow. He passed away 3 years ago, and she passed away in her sleep 2 nights ago, 2 days before his birthday, which was yesterday. But she lived a great life, had 2 great kids, great health, wonderful friend, just a nice lady. So no remorse, just say a prayer, get her along that yellow brick road up where we all go someday. Of course, where I'm going, there's probably going to be a big, deep furnace. But we'll look at that. Look at that YM today, folks. From the low here, from the high yesterday to the low today, exactly 1.618. Are you kidding me? You can't make this stuff up. Shut the front door. Hey, listen, we'll see you all on the flip side tomorrow, and may God bless and pray everything works out okay these next few days.
Steve